Test 1 2 1 2. It's been a good 2 or 3 weeks that I haven't had a video, and there is a specific reason why. I have been focusing a lot to myself. I've had a lot of anxiety problems, and now I'm fine. I'm getting better, but it was never really a lot of rainbows and unicorns, you know? You have heard right. Unfortunately, it's been like 2 years that I've been struggling with this, and I'm trying to cope with it. Yes, I was maybe 19 when it all started. It was because of the fact that my life, in my perspective, was not going well. Little quick throwback. 2 years ago, I was in college, and I was in my fourth semester. And the thing is, I wasn't really succeeding in school, right? My grades were not that good, and I was in a complete shock because I didn't know what to do about it. I was keeping everything to myself, and from then on, it went really down below, you know? And what I mean by down below, it's because there was times where I wanted just to give up everything. I wanted to drop out of school. I wanted to just get out of here. I never had the guts personally to do anything of it because I was somebody who was so shy in, honestly, of 90% of my life that I missed out on a lot of things in my life, unfortunately. And you see, when I started having those stress problems about my grades and the fact that I was in the closet on top of it, yeah, I kind of did my whole story about my coming out story, so I'm gonna skip those details. I didn't know how to say to my parents that were obviously from other origins. I felt like I never had time for myself, and I was always focusing on the future, never in the present, never, never, never. And you see, that really doesn't help because you lose track of time at one point and you feel really sad about it. And right there, I felt like I was wasting my time. In my point of view, I thought I was wasting my time to a lot of things, but I was seeing maybe life pass me by, but actually it wasn't. I never focused to actually try to look at the bright side, you know, that studying will make you better, that continuing with your life, which studying and go for what you want was actually to help you one day in the future. But you see, the fact that I had a lot of moments in me that I was really thinking about my future, my life right now after high school, you know, a lot of thoughts in your head. You panic all the time, and you have those moments where you're afraid to tell somebody because you're afraid they're going to judge you for it or they're going to find you crazy. You think that you're going crazy yourself, and you don't know what's going on with you at all. I was living a double life, and I didn't like that at all. And it was something that I guess you only know that it's bad until you get at a point where it doesn't work anymore for yourself mentally at all. When people have anxiety disorders, it's at a point where your mental system doesn't really like go along with everything that you do. I was really like in a down low point where I became really, I wouldn't say depressed, but I had some down moments. And that would actually take a lot of my energy. I had so much in my mind that, yes, I had a lot of anxious moments where I used to think that my heart was going to stop beating. I thought that my heart was going to come out of my mouth, or, you know, when you have your body that comes to affect everything in your system, it's actually hard because in the moment you don't know how to react. And there was so many, like, oh my god, there was so many things that would happen to me that I didn't know what was going on. I would, let's say, talk to somebody, and after like one little sentence, I always used to have my mouth that would dry up so dry that I had to have a lot of water. I had multiple moments where my body was starting to shake, like if I was really freezing or if I had like a reaction to something, but I wasn't. I had lots of moments where I used to, let's say, bend down to go grab something, and then when I got up, I had like a blackout or, you know, a little vertigo moment, which was really scary. I had a lot of moments where I used to be really emotional too, because either one thing to another, like it leads to the fact that it affects your mental healthiness, you know. The worst, it's when you feel that I had the feeling in my throat, which is right here, that it was feeling like tight, right? And I felt like there was a lump or something like that was blocking my air that can go into my mouth, into my throat, and into my stomach and everything. But the thing is, in my, you know, just the fact that it blocks, you feel like the air is not going well in your body, right? And when you're at that point, so when I was starting to feel really bad, I went to go see some doctors. They made so many tests for me to see what I had, and they told me that I had nothing. And each time it was a deception. I was convinced that every doctor I used to go see, they were going to tell me, oh, we found what you have wrong, you know? But the thing is, me, I thought that there was nothing wrong with me, with myself. I thought it was just something that I got. I used to panic a lot, you know, and you become really, really scared. And that really is something that you want to get rid of. I went to go see not a psychiatrist, but a consultant for just a one-time thing to talk about my problems. And they told me that it's because of the fact that I've been through so many moments in my life that where I was stressing, but stressing for nothing, for the most stupidest thing now that I think about it, that it led to the fact that you create yourself sick. And I don't know if I'm clear or not, but they didn't find nothing in my body. They didn't find nothing that it was wrong. Everything was up here. Because accumulation of stress would lead to a lot of, you know, aftermath in your body, physically, right? You become your own enemy, vulnerable, and you can get to yourself into a lot of depression. I realized afterwards that instead of focusing on the pros in my life, I used to focus on the cons, and that's a really bad thing, okay? So if you focus too much on the cons, you become really depressed. I personally found that my personal side of my life was I had a beautiful family life. I had nice friends with who I hang out with and I can trust. And three, I'm okay technically. I don't have like, God forbid, like knock on wood, I had cancer or anything like that, you know? And what I had was something that I have to learn how to control myself, you know? And I know I'm not the only one in this world that has this, right? Not a lot of people talk about it because they're afraid. You don't have to keep everything to yourself. But when it feels right, just look for help because it helps you. One person, it could help you. You have two choices. You either go with pills, you go with antidepressant pills, or you try to find the best things that could actually help you the natural way. You do things that you feel like doing. Let's say you feel like having a haircut this week. Well, go ahead and do it. What stops you to do it, you know? You feel like going to have next paycheck a massage to relax. Go for it. You need it. I mean, society these days are so focused on pressuring their employees and having the most money in the world, and it's so bad that people, they don't realize that at one point it affects them mentally and physically. And we just have to stay true to ourselves. I think personally I found my ways of dealing with this. It's because I find that looking at the positive things in your life helps a lot to open your eyes and realize that you're good, and every day above ground is a good day. You only live one life. You have to live it to the fullest and try something new maybe. And honestly, when I had my road trip or when I started going to the gym, I realized a lot of things that, wow, I've been missing out a lot of things that is actually good for you. Like let's say traveling or taking care of yourself. You can do a lot of things if you put your mind into it. At one point you feel better afterwards and you go to yourself, wow, bravo. I am drama free. I had to cut out a lot of people in my life for that. I had to stop doing things that were not good for me. I was trying to listen more to what my body needed than what others wanted from me. I thought that I was doing good to myself, but actually it wasn't doing good. So you have to find balance. I think that's the key. You have to find balance in your life. And there's so much things I could actually tell you about my personal own experience, but I don't want to stay here and do a video of like 2 or 3 hours. But I hope that people can understand me about this little video, and I hope that everything that I just said makes sense in a way, or if you are living through this, it could help you, you know. And I hope that whoever watches this and they feel the same way that I feel, trust me, you're not alone. And so people, don't stop regretting in the past and stop focusing on the future, because you are here right now and that's what's important. And I think that's what a mix of everything of that, and because of my everyday life I was so stressed that, trust me, there's more regret in everything than just thinking that you're doing good to yourself. So try to really focus on yourself, but in the right way, and always try to cheer yourself up no matter what. I hope this video will actually open your eyes to people around you, and I hope that honestly it could, maybe if you're in the same position as me, it could actually help you, you know. Good to talk about it. It's better than keeping it to yourself. And it is a health problem and issue, I find, because when I came clean about what I had, a lot of people came up to me and they're like, oh, you know, I had that too, you know, or oh my god, I feel the same way as you do. And other people may be like, oh, stop it, you just had a bad day, you know. But it's not really fun to ignore, because if you were in my position, for those who said that to me, you wouldn't find that really funny. I mean, everybody's stress levels or calmness or nerve system is different from another's. Lay back, take a step back, and just breathe. And yoga is all about breathing, focusing about yourself too, because you let go of everything. You let go of the anger of your day. You let go of just the bad vibes, you know, and all of the bad things that you had in your day, and you're just focusing on it, and just stretch your body, let the air circulate well in your blood system, and you feel good afterwards. It helped me a lot, so maybe it could help you too, you know, whoever is listening to this. But I found some nice hobbies, new hobbies that I never thought I was going to have, or the fact that you could just focus on more on yourself, but without being selfish, you know? And I remember one thing that I wanted to try as a new hobby was trying to do YouTube videos and talk about myself, because it is fun to really talk about topics. It is fun to confess yourself to a camera, even though I know that on the other side of this, a lot of people may see it, you know. But I tell myself that you have nothing to lose, and I find it's cheaper than a psychiatrist, to be honest with you. And afterwards, every time, let's say, the feeling I get out of the gym or the yoga, or when I do a video of YouTube, or each time I just stop for a minute and just do things that I really enjoy and not what other people think about it, or that I go follow other people wants and not mine, you know, you feel great about yourself and you feel happy. And that's the main thing I find that I discovered in life. What you have to do is that you have to find things that makes you happy. A lot of people that even today I see like around me, I don't want you to be like me, and the other way around. I'm just trying to maybe figure out for you to, whoever's listening to this, to just find your path. And I find that I'm in a good path right now in my life, and I like it. So I hope you find yours, and at the end of it, I hope it entertained you, even though I was more talking about myself and my problems, which is, I'm sure a lot of people must be like, oh, what a fucking boring idiot. But I like doing this type of like video because it helps me a lot. I hope that you can actually try to follow me or subscribe to me if you want to see more of me. I wish you all the best. I'm sending good vibes to everybody out there. So have a nice one.